The story which I'm telling you about is just to show you about the existing of the big contrasts which you can find in the country of Montenegro, where something is set on this way. But Montenegro is still one of the countries, like some countries at Asia or Africa, where still we like to say that the cash is boss. What that means that with the cash activities here, you can do much more things than with the regular way. Starting from some visit Lake Como, Lago di Garda, both of Italy, or some of the lakes around the Swiss Alps, or maybe fjord at the Norway. There you can find the similarities, but this is not the lake, definitely is not the river. This beautiful area right from us belongs to our beautiful and always very calm, very clean Adriatic Sea, which now starts to move and pass through this lovely bay. When we're talking about the Adriatic Sea, you need to know is that still Adriatic Sea belongs to the peaceful who lives right from us, could be the dolphin. Nothing bigger than dolphin. For all of you, I hope majority of wild boar or wild pig, just depends how you pronounce, of the highest part of the mountains between the Montenegro and Bosnia and Herzegovina, you can find the wolves and dark brown, which have the poison. If they beat you, don't worry, you will survive. So generally, when we're talking about the animal world, you need to know that we are surrounded with a very peaceful animal world, which unfortunately between us we have some conflict or we have some war. So guys, next 2-3 minutes we will make a short start for starting to be famous from the beginning of 12th centuries, because at the beginning of 12th centuries Venetians opened here first Navy University at Europe, and from that time this place, which even nowadays looks like you are in the church, that he's interested to buy that painting. The girls who works there said, sorry sir, but the painting is not for sale. Typically for the rich Arabic people, typically for the rich Chinese people, rich Russians, he said everything in our life have a price, so everything is for sale. When the girl saw where the conversation will take them, they said to him, okay, you can take the painting with you. You don't need to pay a single euro, but you need to know that the legend said the ones who take the painting from the island, he will be followed by the curse until the end of his life. Obviously, the word curse have a very, very strong importance for those rich guys. He was so scared that in less than 2 hours he left not only the island, he left Montenegro. Where we're gonna find each other at the time which I will give to you. Once when we stop with the bus, all of you will follow me to the place where the boats are expecting the people which we are bringing them from the Dubrovnik. And for all of you who want, I hope majority of you, you need to know that the boat ride is 7 minutes in one direction, 7 minutes on the way back. Usually at the island, the people and the skipper like to leave the people for 25 to 30 minutes. Once when you return from the island to the town of Perast, almost you have, let me say, 1 hour to explore the beautiful town of Perast, to see and visit maybe some of the churches, palaces, museums, or if some of you maybe still didn't have the breakfast. My colleagues, Perast was only for 45 minutes, which definitely it's ridiculous, it's not gonna work. Now you have an hour and a half, which is definitely fair enough, and I'm very happy that we are to the next location, which is the town of Kotor. Next 7-8 minutes I would like to leave you to enjoy this beautiful scenery, which surrounds a number of the times. But definitely always the impression is more and more beautiful, especially when the weather is like today. I could immediately tell you that the more or less same time in history, which means that Dubrovnik exists from 12 centuries. Dubrovnik, Kotor ones exist from 14th century, so 2 centuries younger, which for us, for the people from the Europe, generally 2 centuries is not a big thing. Of 14 centuries, the Eastern Europe starting to be under the big attack by the forces of Ottoman Empire, who in a very short time become the rulers of huge areas around the Eastern Europe, and one of the rare who stay out from new and bigger empire was country of Montenegro. Why? Because of 2 things. Much more those new territories were flattered. The second thing which stopped them is the fact that they didn't count to find around the Montenegro such a crazy brave people who defend themselves until the last man with life on. When the Venetians construct this old town here at the Kotor, they did a similar thing at the 6 different locations around Italy, but only this old town here at the Kotor stay unique in a comparison with all those 6, and also in a comparison with our old town at the Dubrovnik don't have. And I'm talking about the existing of 1,266 stairs, which are taking that part of the world very high up at the mountain for the next time. Altogether with that long part, which makes town of Kotor to stay unique. The second church is the second most beautiful and most important Orthodox church at the whole Montenegro. I'm talking about the St. Nicholas Church, which have 2 parts, new and old. The most beautiful monastery and the church around the Montenegro is about 2 hours driving from here. I'm talking about the Ostrog Monastery, which is located in a countries in that time. Sarajevo was a part of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. Then you can visit 2 beautiful palaces, Drago Palace and Gregorian Palace. The buildings which in the past was used as embassy buildings of many countries all around the world. Nowadays, both exist as beautiful museums where you can find so many interesting facts about the town of Kotor. Then there is a beautiful library and the cinema. You can find as well so many beautiful documents, movies, and the pictures about the town of Kotor through the centuries. Another thing which becomes very attractive for every single visitor, but if you continue with more, and if you are not, let me say, well prepared, probably you will find yourself in an interesting situation. Your brain will start to look on one way, and probably your legs will try to find the other as well. So definitely far the best Grappa. When we come close to the area of the old town, where we're going to make a short briefing, I will show to you the local market area, where if some of